Hello and welcome back to the Football Manager Sober Le Havre. Now, where we left off was actually quite an impressive 2-1 win against Nice that left us around 4th or 5th in the table, I believe. I think it was 5th, maybe. After a decent run of results, not like a decent start for a team that come up in August, but then a very good September in which we didn't lose and obviously hadn't lost since the first day of the season. Now, that went wrong the game after against Caen. It was not one I'd like to lose, obviously, Caen being I think it's a main rival as well as a team we come up with. It just weren't good enough in that game. Tiali, who started up front, we did have an injury to Tiaro. Did get a goal, to be fair to him, and some of our players played alright, but yeah, it was just that kind of 5-minute double salvo, as they love to call it on Football Manager, that done us. But we did make up for that with a very impressive 3-1 win at Lorient. Goals were shared out between Jack Rolls, Aliou again, and Benito. Jack Rolls has had a very good few games since. So that was a very impressive win there, yeah. And then another one, a nice 2-0 win against Nims, which I think so I ain't got a clue. Otiara did return only to get slightly injured again. I think he is back fine. It wasn't an awful one. Yeah, one loss against a team we definitely wouldn't want to lose to, but 2 home wins after that. It left us in a very decent position in 4th. So we're still somehow in and around European places again. I do expect that to fall off, but you can see why we've got an A+ right now, because what gripes can I have other than that loss to Caen, because they'll never want to lose to Caen, but great goal difference and a great run of results. But we certainly don't expect this to continue, as we are about to play PSG, obviously, as it comes to France. Undoubtedly the best team. They've lost one game. I think it was the first game of the season. You know what they're like on this game. They'll sign everyone up. You go and sign a wonder kid. You build them up. They'll sign them off you. They're absolute savages. So I would expect to get, I expect this to, as Ben Askren would say, this is probably going to be a homicide. You see, not too different in terms of starting lineup. They have brought Eric Garcia into the team, as well as Marcus Llorente and new wingers in Orsolini and Cucurella. Now, I think they might have sold Mbappe, which is good news for us, as they have brought in Morata, Nelson Semedo, a few more players, but luckily for us, both Neymar's injured for quite a while, and Morata's a miss still, and he won't be there. As well as little injuries to Tyson Sarabia that probably keep him out. So a bit helped with the state of the side, but obviously we know what they're like. It's not going to be easy despite all that. But it looks like our main concern is someone like Icardi, who scored 6. Also, Lino seems like a bad player, but he's only 3 goals in 14 games. You can see a lot of them are on a great run of form. Kind of look in the league to not only their points, that's where 20 is not a ridiculous amount to have scored. Obviously, you can see Bordeaux have scored more, and it's only 4 ahead of us, but they're the only team in the league with a better defence than we have, only conceding 5 and 2 to Marseille. It might have been the one game they lost. I know they lost 1-0 to Rennes. So, yes, it's certainly going to be a tough test, and if we come out of this with anything, even a narrow loss for me would be impressive. So they already want us to go to defensive and proper set up, probably to get murdered pretty much. We won't do that. We'll play our way and see how it goes. And so Tiare does seem a bit struck for fitness, so it's questionable. I might bring him on. Aliou is definitely not first choice, but to be they said not requiring a fitness test, but to be lacking fitness is not really the best way you want to throw someone in at, especially against a game against PSG, where they're probably going to have to do a lot of running off the ball. Something you can see now as well, this probably will be the midfield 3 of choice at this point. They are striking up great partnerships between them. Kamara scored some ridiculous goals. I think there was one in last episode, and the last game I played, I think against Nims. I think it was the Nims game, yeah. Ridiculous again from range. So he's been scoring crackers. And that's probably helps us get to the great position we're in. But yeah, tests don't get bigger than away to PSG, so we'll see how this one goes. I think actually I've only just realised now, if you stretch this out, I think it gives you 2 columns. But it's just interrupting me with the PSG highlight, and we'll probably go 1-0 down early here. They chuck one in behind to Icardi. Jovanovic just get there first and lays it back to Fofana. Under pressure, he hoofs it clear, and this is what I wanted to show as well. Florenzi seems to be playing left wing, but that's a cracking pass. Fofana can't get there first, and Orsolini, who I mentioned, has been on decent form, although not scoring a crazy amount. does add to his 3 goals with a fourth. And yeah, probably as expected, away to PSG, we're 1-0 down within 5 minutes. Yeah, I wanted to show that they have kind of dropped Llorente here. Initially, they were saying that Marquinhos plays there and Llorente plays in midfield. Instead, it's kind of weird that you probably consider Florenzi a right back and Cucurella a left mid. That Cucurella's playing left back and Florenzi's all the way up in left wing. So certainly a bit interesting from PSG as Orsolini scores again and Florenzi assists from that left wing. So I call it interesting, but as you can see, it's definitely working. And yeah, this is definitely how I expect it to go. It's not nice to be on the other end of, but there's not much we can do in this situation. We're here knocking it around the back. Hopefully this will be our highlight. We don't misplace a pass and get slaughtered again. Moreira comes down the right. We can just get a cross in and not get tackled. Does get the cross in, and Honzak loves a back post header. Does win it. Fortunately, not the usual for him, and he doesn't stick it on target. But the fact that we had a shot and a highlight worth seeing is all right for us. We've kept their XG and shots at an okay level. So yeah, as I said, I just don't want to get heavily embarrassed. If it's a 2 or 3 goal, I'll take it. Even 4 is kind of the cusp. But at the end of the day, they are ridiculous. This is more a point where they haven't got stupidly good. This is kind of the best chance you've got to beat them before they sign everyone the world has to offer. But yeah, still going to be tough, as you can see, the newly promoted side. So there's not much I can tell them to do. Just kind of grin and bear it. We get another highlight here as a throw in, so maybe we can keep it. We do. Benito can stick a cross in. He lays it back to Moreira. Maybe sticks it in. Ronaldo now. Lacau on the edge. Someone going to have a shot. Ronaldo loves a long shot. Will he hit one? Will Lacau hit one? Will anyone do anything? It's good ball retention, but you do need to be an end product. As Ronaldo throws out to absolutely no one on the left, and we're going to get counted again here. Orsolini looking for his hat trick, completely darts past everyone. It's a tight angle, and he can't do anything from it. But yeah, from a highlight, just looking like, oh, it might be ours for once. Completely falls apart, and just a straight line speed of Orsolini almost got us even further behind. As they have another chance here, probably. Orsolini and Verratti, the Italian combo linking up. Briefly cleared, but Garner Gay gets there first. Out to Cucurella now. He's probably got quite the cross in him as he heads towards the byline. Does put the cross in. Orsolini wins the header again. Fortunately for us, it's the bar. I mean, he's playing like he's Ronaldo out on the wing, winning headers and just being an absolute ruckus. As again, wins a header and is saved on the line by Fofana. It is, as I said, I expect it to be a massacre, and that's exactly what it's been. Perhaps make a few changes here. It might be worth probably not leaving you as attack. Just drop you back to a bit of support. Benito's also certainly struggled. Pretty much anyone on attack has struggled, or because they haven't been able to touch the ball. I'll get Tiare on just as a bit of a way to bring up his fitness again. Other than that, maybe take the cow off. He's pretty angry. Meras has struggled. I'll leave it for now. Meras will probably next come off as they seem right again on everything they've done is pretty much either if it's been on the left, it's been finished on the right, or it started on the right. So it's right hand side as they now actually, for some reason, take Orsolini off and or it's to rest him knowing they've already won or what, but to leave a man on a brace and take him off is pretty ballsy. We'll probably just bring on Fontaine here as Benito's at just not a good time of things. Get another corner, another header, and yet that is the third. It's been coming this whole half as every chance has been theirs. It really was just a stand there and take it kind of situation. You always knew it was going to be. If we can just get to the final whistle at 3-0, I'll have to kind of accept that at the end of the day. It comes towards the finish here. And it is. So, I mean, it'd been a nice, and of course I wanted to play it in case there was a slight chance of an upset. But obviously in terms of France, games don't get bigger than PSG. So we had to show you it, but it was never going to be a pretty one. And yeah, pretty much all their players played as well as you'd want them to. The back four and the goalie, all above sevens, all the wingers that scored and assisted. It was just a drumming, but yeah, a drumming we had to we knew was going to come. So no surprises. It does probably knock us. In fact, we don't really drop at all. Whether I were the first to play them, or at least a lot more than other teams. So that'll probably come past us. We might end up falling actually out of Europe, maybe. They'll be down to 6th, possibly 7th, we'll see. But yeah, that's not really a reality check, but it's just a sign of what France is capable of. The best of France football, pretty much. We're back now, the second game episode, this time at home to Auxerre. Hopefully much more competitive. They haven't quite had the same kind of good time of things that we've had. They're about 12 points behind us at second bottom, only ahead of Nims. See exactly what's gone wrong for them. Probably scoring okay. Again, they're probably scoring around mid-table level, but I think that puts them as the worst defence in the league. So hopefully we can get some goals in this one. So they even conceded 5 to Calm. So yeah, I'm hoping they might be a bit open at the back and we can exploit that. But yeah, they no longer want to be cautious. We leave the team as it is. There is one change, and that is because of an injury to Meras, which is very unfortunate. They're telling me to swap these two around. Instead of 3 and a 2, you get 2.5 at both. So yeah, go on, we'll do it. See how it goes. But yeah, other than that, we brought Tiare back into the team. Abdelli's now back from injury, so players getting back, even though we have just lost someone. Yeah, hopefully this one much better than the PSG game went. Only highlight now, throw in on the right. Does get into Benito. Goes back to Koulibaly as we try and find if we can a way to get the ball into the box. Ronaldo now just about making it work. Honzak now, we're on the left-hand side. Honzak, cracking strike. Don't know where it came from. Almost done one of those snapshots you used to do on jumpers for goalposts. Just absolutely spun on him and rifled it into the bottom right. Not necessarily the goal scorer expected to kind of be leading for us this season. I thought we might get some. But yeah, it's been phenomenal from Honzak so far, and probably one of the main reasons really why we are where we are and why things are going so well. So as you see, he strikes again. It did happen to be the only action of the half. You see, they haven't registered a shot on target. They're their XG is ahead of ours. So yeah, maybe we'd have liked a bit more, but to be leading is, I mean, I say good enough. It is good enough, but yeah, maybe you do want it a bit more convincing. And everyone only have a 1 goal cushion because all it takes is one moment and you're level again. So hopefully we can kick on second half and make this a bit more comfortable, really. Follow that up with a completely actionless second half. Sorry that it can be more entertaining, but the main part for us is that we get the win. So, and the clean sheets there as well at the end of the day. We weren't able to expose the defence probably as much as we'd like. So they weren't having good games, neither was the keeper. But yeah, you would have liked to score more. But the main part is that we win and keep our relatively, well, it is good form. I can't say the form's bad just because we got battered by PSG, because as I said, it was always going to happen. So yeah, I mean, we're now in a Champions League spot, so that's a first, and especially in a position where most teams have caught up, and the ones that haven't can go ahead of us anyway. So it really does just show the immense start we've had so far. I have no complaints at all at how it's gone. Someone needs to mention here is Yalan Gomez, obviously someone we thought would be probably incredible for us, would fill in from Tiare's shoes the second that was necessary, but it's not quite worked for him out on loan currently at Clermont. He can't start most of the time, and even when he does play, you can see 2 starts, 6 subs. Just not scored. It's just not been a good time for him at all. So maybe we consider calling him at some point. I'm not sure. Give him a bit of chance to try and rescue it, but Zangata had a poor performance there for, I guess that was so sure. Is it so sure? I'm making assumptions here. Yeah, it's so sure. And Kamara's a little jaded to do the rest, but we've got 15 days of rest coming up, so he's certainly going to get that. Now, as for when I come back, I'm thinking, I thought about a couple of league games, but then I did see the French Cup's coming up around here, so it probably will be quite a while if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and then I do Rennes in the first Cup game. But I mean, it gets the series moving. In the day I slacked and didn't do it for ages, so if we're ever going to get to a point where you can even remotely get near PSG in France, we're really going to have to truck on as fast as we can. So yeah, I'll probably come back for both the Rennes at home and then the Cup game, whether that will be against. Yeah, kept our form up now in an actual Champions League spot, which again is ridiculous. That Honzak is leading the way with goals, and we have unfortunately lost our top assister, Meras, to injury at the moment, but he won't be back He won't be back. He will be back in not too long. I think 2 to 4 weeks. So it'll be a while, but obviously 2 of those weeks we are without a game coming up before we play Angers again. So things are going very well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.